Hi, I'm Dr. Animesh Shah. I'm a clinical oncologist and today we'll be discussing about prostate cancer. So, prostate is a gland which is found in male reproductive system. It is usually situated below the bladder in front of the rectum. So, prostate cancer means any cancer involving the prostate tissue. It is usually found in older men. It is the fourth most common cause of cancer worldwide, comprising of 7.3% of all cancer. According to Globocon 2020 data, there are about 1.4 million new cases of prostate cancer diagnosed worldwide in 2020. So there are various causes which has been linked with prostate cancer. Number one is androgen, which is also called male hormones like testosterone. These hormones usually promote prostate cancer cells growth. Males with higher level of this hormone can have at higher risk of developing prostate cancer. Number two, family history is also important. It has been seen that if there is one first degree relative affected with prostate cancer who is less than 70, there are 2 times higher risk of developing prostate cancer in the family. 2 first degree relatives affected with prostate cancer and one of them is less than 65, there are about 4 times higher risk of developing prostate cancer. Number 3, inherited mutation in certain genes like BRCA2 has been linked with prostate cancer cause. Number 4, there are other inherited genetic conditions like CHEK2, ATM, PALB2, which has also been associated with risk of developing prostate cancer. Number 5, ethnicity. It has been seen that Afro-Caribbeans are at higher risk of developing prostate cancer than Caucasians. So in early stage, a patient of prostate cancer might present with increased frequency of micturition, urinary urgency or urinary hesitancy, or increased frequency of micturition at night. Sometimes patients do not have any symptoms and present to us with abnormally high PSA level. Advanced stages, there are other symptoms which might come like presence of blood in urine, erectile dysfunction, perineal pain. In very advanced stages where the prostate cancer has spread to bones or other organ, patient might present with back pain, lower limb weakness or lower limb swelling, etc. So initially when a patient comes to us with suspicious of prostate cancer, we clinically examine the patient. Initial investigation include doing a blood test called PSA. We often need to do a multi-parametric MRI to assess the local extent of the disease, a TRUS-guided or transrectal ultrasound-guided biopsy to confirm the cancer and to confirm the grade of the cancer. Sometimes we need to do a CT scan to see whether the cancer has spread to any distant organs or not. Choline PET or PSMA PET is often done to check whether the cancer cells have spread to distant organs or not. So basically when the cancer is confined to the prostate gland, it is called localized prostate cancer, and when it has spread to distant lymph nodes or organs, it is called metastatic prostate cancer. So based on the local extent of the disease within the prostate and the Gleason score, which is a grading system for the prostate gland, and the serum PSA, they can be divided into 3 risk groups called low risk, intermediate risk and high risk. Treatment of prostate cancer depends on whether it's localized or it has spread to distant organs, along with other factors like patient's fitness, local expertise and other medical comorbidities of the patients. So basically for low risk prostate cancer, localized disease, the treatment options includes active surveillance, which means just keeping an eye on the cancer, surgery with radical prostatectomy or radiotherapy. Radiotherapy can be given with external beam techniques also called EBRT, or seed brachytherapy with radioactive iodine. For intermediate risk prostate cancer, the treatment option include active surveillance in selected group of patients, again surgery or radiotherapy. In this case, radiotherapy can also be given with EBRT or external beam radiotherapy, HDR brachytherapy, or seed brachytherapy. In high risk patient, treatment option includes surgery in very selected patient, combination of radiotherapy and 2 to 3 years of hormone therapy, and radiotherapy can be given by external beam radiotherapy alone, external beam radiotherapy plus HDR brachytherapy. Patient with intermediate risk prostate cancer also needs 6 months of hormone therapy. Some patients after surgery might need radiotherapy based on postoperative PSA level. When we are planning to treat a patient with radiotherapy, intensity modulated radiotherapy, also called IMRT technique, is quite standard now. It has shown to precisely target the tumor with sparing the surrounding normal organs, and recently a hypofractionated course of radiotherapy is getting popular, which means giving a higher dose of radiation per session in smaller session, and it has been shown to be equally effective with conventional fractionation radiotherapy, and it is now getting standard in many cancer centers. Advanced stage prostate cancer cannot be cured. The treatment intent is to control the cancer, and the treatment usually involves combination of chemotherapy and hormone therapy, or hormone therapy alone. So the prognosis of low risk localized prostate cancer is excellent. 85 to 90% patient remains disease free at 10 years. Treatment of intermediate risk prostate cancer is fair, although there is a small risk of death at 10 years with this group of patients. Treatment of high risk prostate cancer is good, although there is a significant risk of death from prostate cancer at 10 years. Treatment of metastatic disease or advanced stage disease, usually to control the cancer, this group of patients cannot be cured with available treatment. Thank you for watching.